Welcome back. So previously we created a small software as a service blog MVP where we have users who can log in and the users can view posts. The users that have the subscription status as incomplete can view only the posts that are not premium. And the users that have the subscription status active can view both the premium and the not premium posts. And at the moment, there is no possibility for a user to select a plan and to change his subscription status. And we are going to handle it via the Stripe payments system, where the user is going to be able to select a plan, either a yearly plan or a monthly plan, and pay a recurring price in order to keep his subscription status active. And we're going to implement it now. So first of all, we're going to install the gem Stripe. Let's go to GitHub gem Stripe. Let's find this gem. Okay, here it is, Stripe Ruby. Let's take the gem Stripe and install it. So we will go to our gem file, add the gem and run bundle. And next we need to get the Stripe API key and set it somewhere globally in our application. And we are going to do it in an initializer. We will go to config, initializers, and create a file named stripe.rb. And here we will input this Stripe API key. But you see, we don't have a real API key yet. We need to get it in the Stripe dashboard. For this, you need to create a Stripe account, log in, and create an account like an organization inside Stripe. So here I have created an organization and I have it open. And to get an API key, I need to go to developer, API keys, and here I have a publishable key and a secret key. So you will need the secret key. I copy it and I input my Stripe secret key here. Okay, and now in theory, I can make API calls to Stripe from the console. Let's try Rails console. And here are some example commands. So we can say Stripe customer list, and it will list all our Stripe customers. Now, most likely you will not have any. I already have a few. Where do we get this information? Basically, it is the same information as we will have when going to the Stripe dashboard and listing the customers. Now you can try to retrieve just one Stripe customer. For this, we would say Stripe customer retrieve and input the customer ID. Notice that Stripe has IDs not as integers, but as strings. So I would say Stripe customer retrieve. I would put in a Stripe customer ID. And here I ran the command and I have all the details about one specific customer. So like this, you can make different API calls to Stripe. You can read data, you can read a list of objects, you can view one separate object, you can update, you can delete records, whatever. All this is available in the Stripe docs, all the actions that are available with all the entities. So now we have installed the Stripe gem and we can make API calls. But you see, in stripe.rb, we have our secret key that is actually public. So if I push the application to GitHub, then anybody will have access to my secret key. And it is a real security problem. So I should kind of encrypt it. And for this, we're going to use Rails credentials. So you see in config, we have a file named credentials.yml encrypted. And it is just some kind of unreadable string. And we have the master key that is kind of the password that decrypts this credentials file. Now, the credentials file is always pushed to GitHub, but the master key is not pushed to GitHub. You should also keep a copy of it locally and not put it in the internet. Otherwise, everybody will have access to your secret keys and be able to make different calls that can be potentially harmful. So now I'm going to decrypt the credentials and add this Stripe API key to the credentials. Now here is a small article how I can do it. So I'm going to say editor vim Rails credentials edit. And I open this file. So it kind of decrypted the credentials file. I will say Stripe, and inside of Stripe, I will have secret, a secret key and a public key. So in the side of secret, I will go to my developer, API keys, reveal secret key, copy it and paste it here. Now, not here. Okay, here I have the secret key, and I will also add the public key. And where do I have the public key? Here it is. I will copy it and paste it. And now to exit the file with saving, I need to do what? I need to press escape, then this combination, and enter. So I will press escape, WQ, enter, and it should have saved. You see, it says file encrypted and saved. And now we can try to retrieve our credentials in the console. I will say rails.application.credentials, and I will try to dig into Stripe and secret. And you see, it gives me the Stripe secret key. The same can be done with the public key. Okay, and now instead of actually inputting the secret key here in the initializer, I can just add the credentials. And let's see if it works. So I will exit and start the console once again and try to make a Stripe call, like Stripe customer list. And you see it works. So I have encrypted my Stripe credentials so that nobody can see them. Looks good. Now let's save our changes. What have we done? We have installed the gem Stripe. Git add all, git commit main, install gem Stripe. Okay. And now the next thing that we are going to do is each user that logs into our application, after creating the account, he will be assigned a Stripe customer ID. So for each user, we are going to create a Stripe customer and assign the Stripe customer ID to the user. Let's do it. I'm going to add a Stripe customer ID to the users table. So let's say Rails generate migration, add Stripe customer ID to users. And I will say Stripe customer ID as a string. Now, all the Stripe IDs are strings. Okay, let's have a look at our migration. db migrate, add Stripe customer ID to users string. Okay, if we can run the migration, I'll say Rails db migrate. And let's start our server and try to display our users Stripe customer ID. I will add the Stripe customer ID as visible in our application HTML ERB. So in our navigation, I will say Stripe customer ID, and it will be current user.stripe customer ID. Okay. And the current user doesn't have a Stripe customer ID because he was created without adding this possibility. So let's say that after a user account, a user record is created, it will be assigned a Stripe customer ID. For this, we will go to our models, user RB. Now, first I will say dev2s email, and I will say after create do, and after create, I will make a call to Stripe. So Stripe customer dot I think create. We can check in the API documentation. Let's say search for customers. Where are the customers? Here they are. So I will say create a customer, Stripe customer dot create, and I will say email equals self dot email, and I will create a Stripe customer with this command, and I will assign the newly created Stripe customer's ID to the user. So I will say customer equals Stripe customer create, and I will say update Stripe customer ID column with the customer.id. Let's see if this works. I will log out. I will sign up with a new account. And you see, we created a new Stripe customer ID, and this user was assigned a Stripe customer ID. If we go into the Stripe logs, we can see we made a post request to create a new customer, And the customer was assigned this email abc@abc.abc, the one that is currently logged in, the one that was just created. So this way, when a new user is created, he will be automatically assigned a Stripe customer ID, and the Stripe customer is going to be created. Looks good. Now let us save our changes. I'll say git status, git add all, git commit main, assign Stripe customer ID to newly registered users. Okay, looks good. Okay, so now our customers can log into the application and they are assigned Stripe customers. Our users are assigned Stripe customer IDs. And now let's actually go to the pricing and to recurring pricing. Now, if we go into our Stripe dashboard and go to products, you see, as an example here, I have a few products that can have multiple prices, products that can have prices in different currencies. Here is a product in Russian currency, and here is a product in dollars, and here is a product that is having a recurring price, that has a recurring price. So it is like $10 monthly. And now we are going to create, let's say, two products. Let's say good and better will be the names of these products. And each of them will have two prices, a monthly price and the yearly price. Now we can create it either via the Stripe dashboard, the easy way, or we can do it via the API. Let's do it via the API. Let's go to products and to create a product. So you see, this is the call to create a product. We will say Stripe product create, and the name will be good. And we will start our console and just copy it here. Now you don't have to have these braces. We can try it without them. So name good. And we've created this product. If we go to our Stripe dashboard, there should be a new product visible here with the name good. Here is this product, and it doesn't have any prices yet. And a product can have many prices. So we can try creating a price, and you see we can select a currency, make it either a one-time or recurring, make it recurring as daily, weekly, monthly, or whatever. So you see it is kind of very flexible. And you can have like one product and a few different prices in different currencies. But we are also going to create a price via our API. So let's go and see how we can create a price. So create a price, we need to have a product. We should set a unit amount, a currency, and if it is recurring, set the interval. So let's do it. I will say Stripe price.create. Then we will have a product. And the product is going to be this product ID that we just created. Then we're going to have unit amount. It is the amount in the cents in the like lowest currency value. So let's say $10. It would be 10,000 cents. Oh, 1,000 cents. Then currency. Let it be USD, US dollars. And it is going to be recurring. So let's have a look. We would need to add an interval, and the interval would be month, comma, recurring, interval month. And close the gap and create. And here we have created a new price. If we refresh our dashboard, it should be also visible here. So we are viewing this specific product, and we have just created a new price via the API. And here is this price. And we are also going to create one more price, an annual price for this product. So let's say interval will be year, and the unit amount is going to be an additional 0, so $100. And let's have a look at it. So we have two different prices for the same product, a yearly price and a monthly price. Looks good. And if you can see that if the user pays yearly, he kind of has a 2 months discount. So we have created two prices. And what if we now want to display these prices inside of our application? So without creating an additional prices table and products table in our application, we're just going to get all our products and all our prices via the API. And for this, we're going to go to our application and create a new controller in which we're going to have one page pricing. It will be static pages controller.rb. It will be class static pages controller that inherits from application controller. Yeah, so we are creating this controller and they're going to have one action, def pricing. And now to access this pricing page, we are going to add it in our roots. So we will say get pricing to static pages slash pricing, like this. And we're also going to create a view for this pricing page. We will go to our views. We will create a folder named static pages. And inside we will have a pricing page. And inside we can say h1 pricing. And let's have a look at this page. I will navigate to slash pricing. Now I will start the server. And here we see this pricing page. And we can actually also add it to our navigation. So I will go to application HTML and make pricing available in the navigation. Like this. So we can go to the pricing page and we can go to the posts page. But you see at the moment the pricing is empty. And we are going to get all the prices directly from our Stripe API. So let's try to do it. Let's say equals Stripe price. Is it Stripe price list? Let's see. Let's have a look at our API documentation. So we have list all prices, Stripe price list. Okay, let's have a look at our Stripe prices. And here you see we got a real lot of different Stripe prices, all the prices that I have created for all the products. And we don't want to get all the prices for all the products. We want to get only these two prices for the product named good. How are we going to do it? Well, the best way would be to use lookup keys, where we would say that we want only the prices with these specific lookup keys. And in the API documentation, we can have a look at lookup keys. And we can try to update these existing two prices with these lookup keys. So let's do it. Now here we have the price IDs, and we will try to update them. So I will go to the console, start the console and say stripe price dot update. I'm going to pass in the ID of the price, and I will say lookup key, and I will set the lookup key. Now, what will the lookup key be? So it is 100 per year, it is annual, and it is good annual. I will say good year. Okay, let's see if it works. So you see I have added a lookup key, good year. And for this other price, I'm going to make it good month. So for this price, I'm going to run the command once again, but for a different price and say good month. Okay. And now if we refresh and have a look at these two prices, they should already have lookup keys. So I will open one of the prices, and you see it got a lookup key good year. And now we are going to list only those prices that have these two lookup keys so that we don't get just all the prices. So here we will add params lookup key, and the lookup keys have to be good year and good month. So only the prices that contain these two lookup keys. Let's refresh. And we have much less data. Now let's display this data as a table. I will say add prices or add pricing equals stripe price list. Okay, and here I will say equals add pricing. And I get the same result. So we want to go through each price. Let's say pricing dot each do price. And we will say equals price. What does a price have? A price has an ID, for example, price.id. Let's see if this works. Does it work? I will remove this equals here. And it works. So we have the IDs of the two prices. And we can input some additional, not input, but display some additional information about each of the prices. Let's make some kind of breaks. And what information do we want to have? We want to have not just the price ID, but we want to have the price of the price itself, the currency, and the interval. So we will say to get the interval, we get recurring dot interval. To get the price, we get price dot unit amount. Let's see. We'll say price dot ID. Then we will have price dot unit amount. Then we will have price dot currency and price dot recurring dot interval. So just getting deeper data from these JSONs. And here we have two prices. Now the monetary value, currency, and that it is monthly. Okay, now to display it not in cents, we can just say divide by 100. And here we get the values in the normally readable dollars. So looks good. And this way we can display our pricing from the Stripe API on a page in our application. And we are displaying only the pricing plans that we are interested in seeing. So we can save our changes. What have we done? We have created a Stripe product named good. We can actually also display the product name. Let's say price.product. Here we have the product. Let's say .name. Will it be visible or not? No, it is not visible. Now, to access the information from the product, we can add an additional command named expand. Let's have a look how expand works. So expanding resources, basically, we can get deeper information from a Stripe API call for the connected, for the associated tables. So we will say lookup keys good year and good month, and we will say expand to data.product. Let's see if it works now. And here we have the name of the product. So looks nice. We have the name of the product. In both cases, it is the good product. We have the unique price ID. We have the amount, the currency, and that it is yearly or monthly. So let's save our changes. What have we done? We have created a Stripe product and two prices for this product. Both prices are recurring. One is yearly and one is monthly. And we display them on a static page that is actually now a dynamic page thanks to the API. And now anybody can see these two prices inside our application. So let's say git add all, git commit main, display Stripe pricing on a static page. And looks good. So the next step is going to be to actually implement the possibility for a user to select a price and to pay for it and to have his subscription status changed, but it will be in the next video. So thank you for having me, and you will always be able to access the source code on GitHub /my name /SaaS blog. And also it is available on Heroku as SaaS blog.herokuapp.com. So like the video and subscribe and comment, and thank you.